Hello everyone, and I would like to show you another a must-see chess game by the magician from Riga, Mikhail Tal. Another slashing, dashing, attacking, crushing chess game by Mikhail Tal, an unknown chess game of Tal. Let's see what happened from 1952 in the Latvian Chess Championship. So Mikhail Tal starts the game with e4, we have e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, knight to c3, and we have the 3 knights game, and then the 4 knights game, d4, and this is the Scotch game, the Scotch variation of 4 knights game. So bishop to b5, e takes on d5, knight takes on d4, bishop to d7, and capturing the knight. So if capturing back with the bishop, capturing the bishop with the knight, and still damaging the pawn structure, so we have b takes on c6, queen to f3 by Mikhail Tal, bishop to g4, and queen to g3, c5, defending the knight, and black simply captured the knight and damaging the pawn structure of Tal. Queen to d7, bishop to g5, and we have bishop to e7. Black simply wants to castle, but in this position, Mikhail Tal is actually sacrificing the pawn. If queen takes on f5, then castling from the queen side, and white has a very active position. So if bishop to e7, a very tempting move, then rook from h to e1, and how to castle without losing the bishop. This looks like this is a terrible position for black. So black has to be careful in this position, bishop to e7, and Tal castled, and black couldn't resist the temptation, he simply captured on f5. But pinning and winning, rook from f to e1, believe it or not, but this is a completely losing position for black. Mikhail Tal was quite accurate actually. We have king to f8. Of course you can't castle because you are going to lose the bishop, and if queen goes back, can you see what happens in this position? What would you do if you had the white pieces? Then bishop takes on f6, after g takes on f6, knight to d5, and thank you for the game, black can resign. So attacking on e7, the bishop is pinned, but actually threatening knight to f6, knight takes on f6, forking the king and the queen, the bishop is pinned. So black has to play something like king to d8 and then bank. Rook takes on e7, and black can resign. This is all over. So this is why we have king to f8, and Mikhail Tal played a very strong move, queen to e3, and the bishop is actually not going anywhere. So we have defending with the rook, but then simply capturing the knight. Of course you can take back with the bishop, because then queen takes rook and getting checkmated. So if capturing back with the pawn, that is going to damage the pawn structure, and that looks extremely ugly. So queen takes on f6, and then bank, knight to d5. Mikhail Tal simply steamrolls his opponent, and black is in big trouble. So forking the bishop and the queen, queen to d4, offering to exchange the queens, and Tal says no. Queen to f3, and in this position I think Mikhail Tal is threatening knight takes bishop, rook takes knight, and then queen to a8, rook goes back, queen takes rook, checkmate. So black is closing the diagonal for the queen, so there is no time for making something else. Actually Tal is already threatening to take, and this is a very difficult position actually. So c6, and it is white to move. Mikhail Tal played a move, and his opponent is in big trouble after that move. What would you do in this position? Well, the move is very simple, knight to c7 by Tal, attacking the rook. So black wants to defend the rook. But in this position, queen to f6 should have been considered. And then queen takes on c6, attacking the rook, threatening checkmate. How to defend? Rook to c8, and then queen to d7. And there is no sensible defense in this position. For example, if rook to d8, what would you do? Then simply capturing and then getting checkmated. And If rook to d8, then knight to d5. Basically, whatever you do, knight to d5 is coming, forking the bishop and the queen. So after defending the queen, bang. If something like rook to b8, still we have knight to d5. So black can't defend anything in this position. So knight to c7, but still queen to f6 should have been considered, because Mikhail Tal is both attacking the rook, and also there is one more threat. Can you see that threat? Well, seemingly black didn't see that threat, and he played rook to c8. Mikhail Tal played a move, and black resigned. After Mikhail Tal played that move, he definitely saw the threat. The move was knight to e6, and black resigned on the spot. This is forking the king and the queen, and the f-pawn is pinned. So beautiful stuff. After moving the king, knight takes on d4. So this is why black didn't want to continue this chess game against Mikhail Tal without having one of his queens. So what do you think about this chess game by Mikhail Tal? It was actually a pretty simple chess game, but also interactive. So I hope to see you next time with more amazing chess games. Stay safe, take care, and bye bye.